Whenever you're ready.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Elder Seba Norton.
Okay.
I'm actually the founder of this church. I was born in Connecticut in 1760, was married in 1778, actually arrived here in 1803. Before that time, I actually served in the Continental Army. I served at Battle of Saratoga, Battle of Monmouth, and I also spent time at Valley Forge, where actually I even started some of my preaching at Valley Forge. In 1803, we settled here. I founded churches here in Sodus, in Marion, in Macedon, in Williamston, and Arcadia. I was a Baptist minister, and my title of elder, I like the title of elder. I was not a reverend. I was an elder. I'd like to think the title of elder comes more directly from the book and is what I wanted. So I'm Elder Seba Norton. A little bit before I went off to war, an interesting little story. The night before I was getting ready to leave, my very recently married wife, my sisters, and my mother sheared a black sheep and a white sheep, stayed up all night to card, spin, and knit stockings for me to be able to take. So I'd have some supplies as I went off to fight. And like I said, we settled here in 1803, involved with the communities. I was actually selected by the gentlemen and the men of this area to lead a group called the Silver Grays. We were a group of veterans. We were a group of men who were here to be able to protect our home from the British. And when hostilities actually were breaking out, I actually was one of the gentlemen who initially led our troops during that engagement. Actually broke our contingent up into units of 10 men with clear retreat routes if they would be needed to be ready. And then when the militia arrived, we actually formed up as a company under the militia. As part of that selection, with the gentleman of the area, Mr. Nichols, who lived in Williamson, who was actually a major in the Revolutionary Army, actually said that he would be proud to serve and it would be an honor to serve under Mr. Norton as the officer of the group. So it's kind of nice to be able to know, to be that respected by members of the community. And back to the time of the battle, when things weren't going well and there was a retreat, George Palmer stopped me and he was like trying to get me to go. He goes, "George, go on. Don't wait for me. I won't run." My congregants said that I never possessed a great gift of the pulpit, but I possessed a high degree of diligence, of probity and prudence, perseverance and patience. And as part of that, the area I served was over 30 miles. And I would see every member of my community every year in that 30-mile area that I served. It was said that my congregation was orderly. It's reported that I said, grab my little quote here, that I said this once, we thank the people for the attention with which they have listened, and especially the young people. We know we talk of things they don't understand, and when they behave well, it is to their credit. There's also an interesting thing, the bricks of this church. At one point in time, there was a misconception that they were brought in from England. It was built in 1825, the canal wasn't in yet. Those bricks were made here. I actually quarried the stone that this church is made on. And there aren't many stories or records of my sermons or early records of the church, but I think it says a lot that you're here to talk to me tonight and to come and visit this wonderful place. And with that, I wish you all a good evening.
Thank you.